Hi guys, this is Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. We are here today for another chop and chat. I got some loaves and some souffles and just generally harder wax in my collection that I'm planning on melting this month. And while I do so, while I chop it, we are going to chat it up. So if you're interested, then please stay tuned. Okay. So I am filming my chop and chat in my kitchen. So if you hear some trotting around or some crunching from food, that would be my dog, Chance. He is eating and roaming around in the background. So first thing I'm gonna chop is this half a loaf that I have from the Pharmacist's Daughter. This is coconut crack, which is coconut cream pie, coconut shortbread cookies, pie crust, and sugar cookie dough bread, or sugar cookie dough, I think. I have a little bit, like about half a loaf left, and it was definitely time for me to just go ahead and chop it and enjoy it. I do plan on picking this up again at some point, but the great thing is that I know that the Pharmacist's Daughter brings back this scent fairly often because it is their signature scent. So that's the great thing about that. So first thing I wanted to start off with was talking about the passing of my beloved dog Mango. I know I mentioned it in a video. I actually skipped last month's chop and checks. I just knew I was not emotionally, I wasn't ready to do it. I wasn't in the right headspace to do it. So, but it has been about a month. I'm in a much, better place. Of course, I still miss her dearly. But of course, I just knocked the camera. If I'm being honest, I knew that it was getting close to that time. She was 20 years old. She had lived an amazing life. I'd had her since I was like a junior in college. So she's moved with me from Louisiana to Virginia. When I got married, when I became a mom, when we moved again, she's always been there. So she was a 7-pound Chiweenie. So she was a Dachshund and a Chihuahua mix, and she definitely had the personality of both. She was a fierce dog. She had the personality of a lion, even though she was small. So, and she was my girl. I loved her. I still love her. It broke my heart to have to say goodbye. But like I said, I am in a better place. We were able to have her cremated, so she's back home, on my mantle, and for some reason that has brought me so much comfort. I don't know why. I don't know for others. I know everybody makes a different decision, when their pet passes. For some, it's too hard to bring them home. But, oh, sorry, y'all. Look, I done hit the camera again. It was the right decision for us. So now it's just, my dog Chance, who has adapted pretty well to being the only dog. I always try to get this emblem off. Let me see if I can get it off. I'm getting ready to chop, what is this, red, white, and blue from Southbound, which is blueberry cream, cherry marshmallows, and delicious birthday cake. Let's see if I can get, come on. Let me see if you gonna come, oh, shoot, you gonna break. Sometimes Southbound souffles chop so nicely, and other times they just make me mad. And this is one of those times where it's not gonna do what I want it to do, so ain't no point. Anyway, look, now it wants to come off, of course. Let's see. And this is one of those layered ones. And sometimes with her layered ones, they just break apart. Not a big deal. It's all going in the warmer. I don't really care. So yeah, I just kind of want to, tell you a little bit about my girl, Miss Mango. And, so next I had my girl, Miss Rebecca from the Wax Files. She actually left some questions on my last chop and chat. A lot of really good questions. And so I thought we would take some time and answer those and see how many of those we get through. Might get through all of them. We will see. But the first question that she asked me was, what does my hubby think of my wax collection? And honestly, I've always kind of been a collector of things. It used to be candles, but it's always been home fragrance of some sort. And after I became a mom, I kind of stopped with candles for obvious reasons. I was terrified, with such a young kiddo at home. And then I kind of fell into learning about the whole world of like wax melts and Bender wax. So I think I do a decent job. I mean, granted, I have a large wax collection, but not like overwhelmingly large. Like, so he sees me warming and enjoying my wax on a regular basis. And even to the point where like now he has brought a warmer to his office. He warms scents regularly in his office and sometimes in his man cave. And so he supports it. It's not really, you know, that big of a deal to him because like I said, it's something that brings me joy. And it's not like to the point where like wax has like taken over an entire room or something. Like I have my areas for storage and I don't let it get beyond that. And so that helps. I didn't tell y'all what I was shopping on. This is not keto from Rainbow Melts. This is vanilla pound cake, strawberry pound cake, lemon pound cake, and vanilla frosting. So, and these little owls I normally cut into 3s. So that is more than enough for my open concept to warm one day. Okay. All right, so I gotta go. We're gonna go and microwave these loaves. I'm getting ready to microwave Sugar Cookie Royale from L3 and their Beach Nights. And then I don't know if Dessa's, I'm gonna see. I have this strawberry zucchini streusel from Dessa's. I know her wax tends to be a little bit on the softer side. So we're gonna see before I even try to microwave. Let's, there we go. Let's see how this one cuts. And her loaves tend to be like longer, but flatter. So let's see. And if this one cuts okay. Oh yeah, it cuts fine. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this one. So either way, my husband supports my wax collection. You know, it's not, you know, sometimes he'll give like input on scents or like pre-orders or something. Y'all know the only vendor he really participates in is Knowles, which reminds me I need to remind him to warm some stuff. So next, now Rebecca asked me this question, and this question is hard. She said, if I could only purchase from one vendor, who would it be and why? That's tough. That's really, really hard. But I'm going to say, I'm going to pick 2, right? Because that's hard. But based on that, I guess I would go with my top vendor is actually, it's 2 people in that number 1 spot. So I'm gonna say it would be Knowles and Second and Spruce, just because I enjoy their wax. I love the formula. It performs really well in my home. So, and they are like my top vendors, so that would be why. But y'all, realistically speaking, I don't see myself only purchasing from one vendor ever, if I can help it. Oh, this smells so good. So yeah, that would be the one vendor. And then she said, oh, this is another hard one. If I could only melt 1 scent, where would it be and why? I'm gonna say it's a toss-up between, for me, zucchini bread and Beach Nights. And I think that's because you can mix those with so many different things and get like a variety of scents with it, right? So I'm considering like if I mixed Beach Nights with strawberry pound cake, or Beach Nights and, I don't know, vanilla birch, or Beach Nights and tree. So that's like what I'm considering for this. So again, that's a tough one. I also love pumpkin pecan waffles, but I just feel like 1 cent, like no matter what that scent is, I'd probably get tired of it if I was sorry, like, because this bag is so long. But I think it would be between those 2 because I enjoy those 2 a lot, and I have a lot of variations of those particular scents in my collection. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get my last little chunks in here for this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. And I'm going to go ahead and microwave those 2 loaves. And, well, I actually have some stuff that doesn't need to be microwaved, so we'll do those instead of pausing the video. We'll do those. Okay. Let's see. Next question. from Miss Rebecca. I'm gonna do some Teddy Bees. One good thing I do love about Teddy Bees wax, even though it gives me fits as far as performance goes, I don't have to actually do any sort of microwaving in order to cut it. So this is Key West Lime and Ice Cream Cake. This is the best key limes in Florida, blended with the creamiest vanilla ice cream, toasty graham crackers with a side of rich white cake and salty sea air. Okay, so now she asked me, who are my top 5 vendors and why? This is a great question. I was going to do this as like its own separate video, but you know what? We're going to do it right here and now, because knowing me, who knows when I get to the video anyway. So top 5 vendors. I actually thought about this and kind of wrote them down. Yes, I have some honorable mentions. So I already talked about my 2 top #1 vendors, right? And that is Knowles Farm Scents, who Knowles was like my top vendor last year anyway, so that hasn't changed. But Second and Spruce has definitely, Erica's wax has definitely moved its way up into sharing a #1 spot for me with Knowles Farm Scents. I love their blends. For me, what makes you like a top vendor for me, I enjoy the blends. I enjoy the pre-orders, right? They have pre-orders. And I enjoy the performance that I get in my home. So granted, no matter who the vendor is, like not every single scent is going to perform, but I would say with both of those, like at least 80% of the time, the scent is going to perform. Okay, so this is One and Oak. I'm definitely gonna warm this in the bedroom because this is like a cute vanilla scent, which means it's probably not gonna throw super well in a open concept. This is baked waffle cookies, caramelized vanilla, toasted macadamia, brown butter cookie dough, and vanilla extract. Okay, so those are my 2 #1 vendors. #2 for me is Southbound. I love Rachel's wax. I think her wax cakes are super cute. I enjoy a lot of her scents. I think her scents are fun. I think like the presentation of her wax, same with Second and Spruce, like it's so cute. It is so cute. I think I'm just, you know what? I'm just going to leave this in larger chunks because that's about the size I'm going to put in I'm probably going to warm these in my crock, especially this one. So, oh, you know what? I don't even know why. I put the other one back in the pan. I don't know why. I normally don't. So that would be #2. And Rachel also does pre-orders and ready to ships. She does pre-orders pretty frequently. I would say Knowles does pre-orders and ready to ships. He normally does a ready to ship after his pre-orders, and he normally has about 4 pre-orders a year. Second and Spruce normally has probably about 3 pre-orders a year. 3, maybe 4. Both Travis and Erica, who are the owners of, Travis is the owner of Knowles Farm Scents and Erica is the owner of Second and Spruce. They both work full time. So, okay, next we have Laid on the Beach and Strawberry Bum Bum. This is a blend of beach treats, marshmallow clouds, layered with strawberry pound cake, BBW type, and cream de bum bum. And I would say Rachel, I'm not sure, like I think Rachel, I don't know for sure, but I think she does like wax full time. So she has a pre-order probably every about 6-ish weeks or so, and she normally has a ready to ship somewhere after her pre-order. I also love that Rachel has like these cute shape bags. Now I have kind of gotten away from buying them because you get more wax, but like also her wax cakes, as you just saw from the one I cut not too long ago, like they're decent in size. So I don't necessarily always need like that much, like unless it's like a scent that I know that I just absolutely need like more than like say 1 to 2 melts of. So, and you know, yeah, I got a lot of wax, so normally I don't. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. But so that would be my second vendor. Let's see, who did I have for #3? Oh, Dessa's. I wrote down Dessa's as my #3 vendor. I enjoy Dessa's wax. She does pre-orders as well. What I love about Dessa, she's extremely organized. Like she will let you know like weeks in advance, like when her next pre-order is. Like right now, I'm not sure. This video normally goes up like a couple of weeks after I actually film it. Like, but anyway, she's having a pre-order April 19th. So we already know that. And another thing that I love about Dessa's is that she will pour what is requested. Like if people want a Christmas tree scent poured in July or in April, she will pour it. If, you know, that is a blend that wins the or makes the request, like when you do the voting and all of that, she will pour it, and it's not a big deal. I do love that she offers a variety of scents of different seasons regardless of the time of year. I enjoy her wax formula. I know she just updated it a little bit, so I think more people are getting a better performance out of it. And I think her blends are just fun. I love that she offers a variety of sizes, because she has breakaway bars, she has tubs, she has like these little snap bars, I guess you can call them. And she has loaves, and you can do customs based off of whatever's on her sit list. So that's also fun. Okay. So, and Dessa's will be soon doing wax full time because she is retiring tomorrow. So congrats, Dessa. Okay. So who else we got here? Number 4 for me. Now these two, I don't think these were in my top 5 last year. But Sassy Girl Aroma is another one. I saw I had y'all like a drawer that was so full, I couldn't even close the drawer. And because Julie was closed for a year due to her business, a fire at her business, I really got a chance to just enjoy the wax. First off, I think one of the things that I really love is the longevity, right? Because a lot of this stuff I'm warming y'all is from 2023. It is 2025, and that stuff is throwing like a champ. No issues. That is not always the case with like all of my vendors. Like I'm gonna do a video about like throw and the longevity of wax, like just kind of based on. Of course, my camera cut off. I was saying that we cut up everything that's soft, so I'm gonna go microwave these loaves and then I'll be back. Okay. Okay, I am back, and I have this lovely loaf of Sugar Cookie Royale from L3. So I was talking about Sassy Girl Aroma. And I was saying another thing that I love about Julie is that she does a lot of dupes for whether it be candles or scents that are popular at Bath and Body Works. And I also love that she does perfumes. I'm also a perfume girly, and I love that she dupes scents at a reasonable price. God dog it. Y'all, why do I always forget to cut this thing in half before I do this? All right. Let's do that. But anyway, so, and not to mention, like y'all, Julie has been through a lot in the, I did a terrible job of cutting that in half. Look at that, y'all. Terrible job. Anyway, I was trying to say, Julie has been through a lot, like in the past year. And I just admire her grit and just her will to just get back up and continue fighting for another day, because, you know, my God, like I admire that. So, and I really also just enjoy the products that she makes. And so then my last vendor that's on my top 5, I also have a couple honorable mentions, is L3. I've really kind of fallen back in love with L3 lately, and I don't know, I'm gonna say it's probably because so much of L3's, like L3 is always available, right? Like they do pre-orders, they do ready to ships, but there's never a moment where there is not something on their site that you can just order. And I really enjoy that aspect. I also love that like a lot of their blends and things are just like customer creations and blends that like are suggested by customers. They do different sizes and shapes and things. Like they have what do they call them, bitty betties, so like small mini loaves that I love. And it's just of course I hit the camera, y'all, sorry. It's fun. They do fruity blends really well for me. And their prices are great as well. So now my honorable mentions are going to go to vendors that are definitely newer to me, but I've gotten great performance from, and I've really been enjoying their wax. And the first one of those is Ebony and Ivory Wax with Miss Jennifer. I really have been enjoying her product. She has a fabulous fizzy pop. And just, I've really been enjoying like everything that I've tried so far from her. So she does like made to orders, and she's been doing like these pre-order like samplers, which I think is fun because it's different like samplers kind of each month. And then she also does made to order where you can do like loaves or tubs or souffles or clams, which is fun because then you can order the scent like whenever you're ready for it. It's not necessarily, you don't have to wait for a pre-order. So I also love that. And she's continuing to like add scents and things to that as well. So I think that is cool. Next we have Miss Audra with I Heart Wax. She's another one. Oh, this Beach Nights. I'm sorry, y'all. I just smelled the middle of this loaf and it is so good. But I Heart Wax, I've ordered from her twice, and I have really enjoyed her wax. Like what I have tried so far has done so well in my home, and I've really enjoyed it. So, and I did customs with her once. I did a pre-order, and yeah, like I've just had great performance out of her blends. Or you know what? I'm trying to think like yeah. So the thing with L3's wax, like normally I need like a little bit more of it in my warmers. Look, here goes my dog. He saw something outside, so you might hear him barking. In my warmers, but I cut it to kind of the size so I'll know like, okay, how much do I need to add? But once I add the right amount, it throws beautifully. So anyway, I Heart Wax is another one. I really enjoy her wax and her packaging as well. And then last but not least is Rainbow. Oh, that one didn't cut evenly. Anyway, Rainbow Melts Wax with Miss Crystal. I also have really enjoyed her wax. I love her mystery boxes. I've raved about those. They're so fun. So those are like my top 5 plus a couple of, okay, y'all. This loaf is wearing me out. And I think this is the last, this is the last one that I have to chop. And so we're gonna wrap this up. I'm trying to think, did Rebecca ask me anything else? Oh, this is the last question I'll answer while I'm like chopping this and putting it in the bag. She asked me what keeps me purchasing the wax from the companies that I purchase from. And honestly, for me, it is the product and the person, right? Like, I like that the people that I purchase from take pride in what they do, and they really do their best to create a product that their customers want and love and will enjoy. That's a big part of why I stopped purchasing from Scentsy, because I didn't really feel valued as a customer or as a consultant, and so that made it pretty easy for me to walk away. So for me, it is the person behind each of the vendor wax companies that I purchase from, and then also the product. Like, I love, like, the thing with home fragrances, the possibilities are endless, and these vendors are amazing at making these scents come to life. Like, the fact that somebody can like have your home smelling like a fresh baked sugar cookie or a key lime pie, or like you're at the beach or like on a tropical vacation, is just freaking amazing to me. And I'm so grateful that there are people who have this gift to, you know, keep my home and everyone else's home smelling amazing. So for me, it's the product, the person behind the product, the customer service. I also love that, you know, with vendor wax, I always say, like, because it's a smaller community, like just the community that comes along with it, like being able to talk to the vendors and like ask them to bring back scents that we love. Like, you can't do that with any large box company. I don't care who it is, whether it's Walmart Wax, Scentsy, Bath and Body Works. Y'all know Bath and Body Works don't listen to us. If you watch any of my self-care videos, I stay fussing about how they do what they want to do. So anyway, thank you to my girl Rebecca for all of the questions for this much chop and chat. So we cut up these 2 loaves. What else did we finish up? Oh no. We got our Jess's loaf. We have the rest of the coconut crack loaf. Lots of souffles and such. I just love seeing all my wax chopped up at the end. It just makes me feel so productive. So anyway, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Also, if you have any questions that you would like for me or things you'd like for me to discuss in next month's Shop and Chat, please leave them in the comments below. Also, if you like this video and you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to decide to do so. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.